So we're here. We are. We're Breitbart. Or no, Breitbart's not till the end because we don't want to get into the good stuff. Um, so here we are. We got Juneteenth. Um, to be honest, I didn't really know a lot about Juneteenth because we live in a white power country where I didn't learn anything about any of this in high school. I am old. Um, I'm 36. I wouldn't say I'm old, but I'm not young. I'm not new. I'm not old. I'm like medium. I'm like a medium done egg or whatever, white egg. Uh, but like when we learned about plantations in high school, we learned about them as like legitimate businesses. Like our teacher, we did like a map of the plantation, and here's where the industry happens, and here's where the slaves live. Here's where the enslaved people live, and then here's where the white people live. And it was like we were like looking at the factory that makes Cheetos. Like here's where the Cheetos come in before the cheese is put on, and then they put the cheese on, and over there is the hot Cheetos section, and we can't cross the hot Cheetos section with the regular cheese section, and the puff is all the way in another building. It was like the Cheetos factory of Tulsa, Oklahoma. But it's like, oh, this is a legitimate legitimate. Yeah, the South and plantations are a legitimate form of business. We didn't learn that they were death camps where we did. Well, I mean, we learned that obviously they stole people and brought them to America and sold them, and people used them. Um, Criminals use them. White people, white criminals. But yeah, we didn't really like learn that they're death camps because that's what they were. You know what? Nazis put people to work in death camps and they worked them to death, and that's what they did at plantations. It's not a legitimate fucking business. So Juneteenth is not the New York declares Juneteenth an official holiday, which the fact that it wasn't an official holiday in anywhere is fucking crazy. Like, you're gonna be fucking nuts. We don't celebrate the holiday that is the closest thing to celebrating the end of slavery in America. That's how fucked up things are. We don't have that holiday. We celebrate Thanksgiving, which is a made up holiday to make us feel good about killing Native Americans. Pretty much, that's what it's about. It's a bullshit holiday, and we all celebrate that. But we don't have a holiday for this, or like we have a holiday, but it's not really nationally recognized, and there's not like a day off. But we get Christopher Columbus, who, for all intents and purposes, is pretty much the Olive Garden of explorers. Lot better explorers out there. He was pretty much the Olive Garden of explorers. Soggy, wet, no, not very much fun. No one likes Olive Garden. No one. And if you do, shame on you. Fake Italian. It's not even, I wouldn't even like, we can't even call it Italian. It's just fake. Fake. We don't eat, well, first of all, I'll eat some breadsticks, okay? But you're not going to catch me on the tour of Italy. Dog food. Yeah, it's actual dog food. So anyways, Juneteenth is the celebration of when I don't have names, basically 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. This was 2 years, it was 2 years after. So it was 1865. And a general got there to Texas. Texas had pretty much been part of, was part of the fucking Confederacy. And they didn't adhere to the Emancipation Proclamation. Okay, so what happened was they wanted to keep people enslaved for another year to get the crops out, so they didn't tell anyone that they were free. So because there was also no one to enforce it, so there wasn't like a militia or the Union Army hadn't been there. So when the Union Army finally showed up and they're like, "Yo, you're free," they were like, "What? Fuck, I'm free? Fuck yeah!" Of course, we didn't give them anything. We just said you're free. You got to go like figure it out. It's kind of like if you showed up like, actually there's no, I can't fucking even compare it to anything because it's fucking terrible. But yeah, so that's what this is, the celebration of when black people in Texas learned that they were actually freed by the Emancipation Proclamation. So that's what Juneteenth is. It isn't actually the date of the end of slavery. So thanks, BBC, for the good stuff.